So welcome back to Poor Boy Disc Golf, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips for winter disc golf. So let's get to it. So number 1 is kind of an obvious, is dress warm. Now it's about in the 40s here today. I'm wearing a beanie cap and a hoodie, but you know, while you're out there, you might want to wear like a pair of gloves when you're not throwing. Keep your hands warm. Maybe even wear you a scarf. You know, kind of wrap it around your neck and everything. Or maybe you want a heavy jacket or even a light jacket, you know, just in case. So, you know, I recommend taking a light jacket and a pair of gloves with you. Put it inside your bag. The way if the temperature does drop while you're out there, you're ready. Number 2 is to keep warm. You know, winter is a good time for disc golfers to get out because there's, especially if you play at a park, you're not going to see that many people, so it's really a good chance to go out and, you know, try some new plastic, do a few things. But keeping warm is the main thing. And if you you know, wear gloves, also might have some hand warmers or foot warmers in your bag just in case. You know, bring you some hot chocolate with you, or you know, just anything to keep warm. And if you're not in a tournament, then, you know, just go back to your car after a few holes and get warmed up, and then go try another few, and then come back. You know, just, you got to stay warm during the winter. Now number 3 is try to do as much as you can indoors, whether it's practice putting, working on form with a towel, you know, working out at the gym, you know, meditating, whatever it is. You know, try to stay inside. Now there is putting leagues where they'll have it like at a brewery or a gym or some kind of like dance studio, or even a high school or an elementary school. But they'll have it all inside, and it's usually putting leagues. Dynamic Disc does one that they like to put on. There's a few others that do it. They're called marksman leagues. So, you know, check out your local disc golf clubs and sites and see if there is a marksman league or a putting league near you, so you can stay indoors. So number 4 is the types of discs that you throw during the winter and the color. Now, as long as it's not like snow on the ground, you know, white is usually a basic color that you will be able to see out in dead grass. And if you're in a place where there's not a lot of leaves that have just changed and fallen, you know, bright orange, you can usually find it real easily. But besides that, you know, I suggest getting either like a hot pink or a real neon color, or get you like a neon yellow. That way you can see them. Now, as far as the plastic type, it's always a good thing not to throw the cheaper plastics during the winter. And I know that goes against everything that Poor Boy stands for, but it is true. Last year I had a few prime discs get split whenever I threw and hit a tree. So always, you know, if you got the cheaper plastic, you know, like an Innovas, the DX, and then if you go up into their Champion line, that's a little bit better, you know, because your discs tend to get a little bit stiffer and become more stable during the winter because of the molecules that is inside the disc. So if you have a stable disc, it'll tend to be more overstable. And if you have an understable disc, it will tend to be more stable. Some more examples is like the Buzz and the Pro D plastic compared to a Zombie, and they're really good plastic. Now, the reason you do this is because this plastic has a little bit more give in the winter. If you're a Dynamic Disc fan, you've got your Prime, which these will split pretty easily, compared to a Lucid or a Fusion plastic. Now, the Fusion tends to be a little bit more hard and a little bit more stable than the Lucid. As far as putters, you know, if you're going to go with a harder, cheaper plastic, you know, you could already hear that these have been sitting out here for about 20 minutes, and they're already getting pretty hard, and they won't flex as much. And if I tried to throw these, they would be more overstable than anything. So I try to go for the winter to go with the softer plastic. You know, Dynamic Disc has their softer plastic, you know. And these are real good if you're putting within the woods and stuff, or you're going to throw through wooded area. You know, these will take a beating and keep going. You know, same way with these soft magnets. You know, it's not as soft as the Dynamic Disc, but you know, it's soft enough to where, you know, it's not going to break on you when it hits a tree. It's going to bend. So you know, it's kind of a good thing to go see what you can find used in the better plastic. Now, number 5 is, you know, basically have fun during the winter. There's not that many events. There is some events, you know. There is like we have a local that's a local one that'll come up in January. There's like a ice bowl, and we will get out and play in the snow and everything. But usually there's not very many events. You know, the tours have all kind of quit. There's just little bitty ones here and there, and you know, the winter time is to have fun, go out, putt. You know, if you got a basket at home, you know, stay indoors and putt, work on your putting, work on your form. You know, if you want to try new plastic, you know, it's a good time to get out in the field during the winter and throw, because there's less people around. So that way you could throw, you know, film yourself throwing a little bit more. And, you know, just try to get better for the upcoming season that's coming. So hopefully these 5 tips will help you become a better disc golfer during the winter. This is Poor Boy reminding you, play the sport and grow the sport that is disc golf. Thanks for watching.